So we're on day 2 since I started my my little vlog, COVID vlog, and I haven't really come up for air yet. I'm not going to be doing this every day, but I thought I'd just give you an update while things are still all up in the air. I'll update regularly, and then I will probably take it down a notch and just do sort of periodic reviews, and then we'll keep the website content coming constantly, if that makes sense. So Nanny Biscuit have done their flyer drop today. Amazing. The community has just come together like you would not believe. So most people now will be getting their flyers through their door with the emergency phone number, website and Facebook, so people can start to access when they really need it. I think it's really important to say at this point that this needs to be used as an emergency service. Please don't be calling up because there's one phone line at the moment. Please don't be ringing just if it's not urgent and you don't really need something. This is going to be for the most vulnerable members of the community, the elderly, socially isolated, people who are really struggling, so just try and be a bit careful with it. Moving forward, we've got more plans coming into place, so with a bit of luck within the next few days we'll have a system where that central line will be able to man it a little bit more efficiently. And if you are struggling, for example, with your mental health, if you're feeling really anxious or you just like somebody to talk to, we'll then be able to signpost you on, because there's lots of great organisations that we're linked in with now, including our own Black Dog project that's already online on Facebook, if you can use that for support. So we'll be able to signpost you really quickly to the place you need to go if you want to have a chat and you need some support that way. If there is a real medical emergency, we'll be signposting you to the SPOA, single point of access at Flintshire County Council, so they can get you the help that you need properly. If it's a social services issue, if you need a really urgent, if there's safeguarding issues and you need some support that we can't give as community groups, that's where we'll be sending you. And if you need some items, if you need things, shopping, that is where the ground force for Nanny Biscuit will come in, and we'll be able to get our safeguarding trained, DBS checked volunteers who are symptom free to be able to come out and bring things to you that you need if you need them and you are considered to be vulnerable. So it's not just going to be a home shopping service or a helpline that you can just ring up for a quick chat, because it's going to be really difficult to sort of manage volume. So please use it wisely. Please link in other people if you think they need it. Or try and look after yourselves and each other as best you can in the situations you're in. Remember that unless you are showing symptoms or a family member showing symptoms, you are not isolated. It's just sort of social reduction in sort of social activity. So still go out, get fresh air, get exercise, go for a walk, but just make sure you reduce that social interaction. You don't have to panic and completely isolate yourself unless you have these symptoms. And the communities are really doing brilliant things and coming together. I had a meeting today with Ben from who's based down at in Shotton, and he's got his unit. And he's going to be our supply chain, so we've got some things coming in the pipeline to be able to get access to fruit and veg and fish and meat and essential supplies and toilet roll and all these kind of things. And then we're going to be able to hopefully use Nanny Biscuit's volunteers as well as Ben's workforce to get these things out to the people that need them. So we're just working on plans for that to make sure we can get things in the volume and the quantities that we need. Jordan from Broad Oak was also in that meeting, and he has the commercial kitchen at the Broad Oak. Can't be used as a pub, but can be used as a super sterile environment to be able to use some of these ingredients that Ben can source and make them into ready meals, so that we can get some really nutritious, we can get vegan options, just things that are good meals for the family. So we're looking at accessing some funding to be able to kickstart this as a project. We're going to look at grants and things like that, so that we can have an ongoing kind of our version of Just Eat, I suppose. So you can either buy a pack to last you a week for your family, or you can buy everything already cooked, and we'll work in conjunction with each other to get that moving. There'll be a different phone number coming out that you'll be able to ring to put orders in once we get that up and running, and then there'll be a delivery system for that. There'll also be, hopefully, we're going to see if we can get John to do some YouTube videos alongside our content that we're putting up, so that if you're cooking your own stuff and you're at home and you're trying to cook things on a budget, there'll be some really healthy, nutritious family meals or individual meals that you can cook easily, simply with the ingredients that you have, the ingredients that are available to us at the moment. So that should stop a little bit of the worry and concern that we've got there about feeding ourselves and our families. We're also looking at linking in with community radio, so that we can have some systems in place to be able to broadcast still, but do it remotely. We're trying to link in with Radio D-Side for that, who've been amazing so far. I know Loose Ladies are on it, and we've got our Nick from Art&Soul Tribe, who also is with Radio D-Side, trying to make sure we can get something up and running for the communities to stay connected. I'm looking at doing Google Hangouts or something similar, so we can link in up to 250 people at a time. A bit of a social event, maybe we'll have a weekly let's go to the pub, but not actually the pub, and people can just join in and somehow hang out and keep that social interaction going, but safely. So lots of information there, as usual, flying through it, but just so that you guys know there are things in the process. Today has been all about trying to bring all these things together and start to get a bit of infrastructure in place. It'll take a little bit of time because we have to be safe. We have to make sure the systems are in place. We have to make sure the safeguarding and the policies and the procedures all have to be followed, so we're working furiously on that. But with the Crew Alliance, by now you'll have had the website, we know we can do that because we have really good leadership, and we're all working together with our various organisations to pull it all in and roll out as much as we can, so we have our own little economy and our own little real sort of community spirit based systems in place to see us through this tough time. So we're lucky that we've got these things in place, and hopefully other counties will be able to follow suit and do the same thing. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm going to go now and come up for air and have a little bit of a rest. It's Mother's Day tomorrow, so happy Mother's Day to all your mummies out there, and I hope that you get to sit and chill and not do too much with your family, because you can't really do anything else, but make it work, and we'll be back in touch with some more good stuff very, very soon. Take care.